Hi Leo, and welcome to What Your Spirit Guides Want You to Know, Timeless Tarot Reading. All the decks I'm using are listed in the description box below. This reading will look at how your spirit guides view you, as well as advice that they would like to give you in different areas of your life. And I have not predetermined those areas. That will be determined by the actual reading. So let's see what comes out for you. How do your spirit guides see you, Leo? All right, so we have the Desert Prince, survival and false promises. So there's a couple of things that come with this energy. And since this is a general reading, you have to really apply this how it fits to you, like in honesty, because there's kind of a light side and a shadow side of this card. And so the light side is that, you know, those of you who have really been going through hard times, because the Desert Prince, okay, desert. Those of you who have been going through really hard times for quite a stretch, it has not been out of punishment or anything like that. You know, you've become so strong, and maybe you haven't assessed all the ways you have changed based on this journey of maybe lack of resources, lack of love, lack of friends, lack of connection. You know, the lack is different for everybody. But some of you, it's like this really long journey of lack somewhere in your life. And, you know, it's probably made some of you question your faith and, you know, screw life, and it's not fair, and it doesn't matter who you are or what you are. Like, some of you are definitely in that place, but your guides are saying, hey, you should look at yourself from a different perspective. Look at how far you have come with so little. And you thought that you needed all these things just to get through, just to get by, just to survive, just to move along, but yet you've made it this far without any of that. And because of that, you've become innovative and clever and creative. And some of you, you know, you've seen the beauty of life in a different way, because, you know, when you're really low and money's tight and things are just hard and it's day after day, and then one day, it's like just something beautiful, unexpected happens, you know. $200 comes to you somehow, some way, completely unexpected. And the way that feels when you are in that low space is like winning the lottery almost. And if you had everything that you think you need and you've been asking for, you could never experience that blessing, that moment of your journey, you know, the magic of that, the excitement of it, the way it lifts you up and restores something within, because those types of things seem to happen just when you need it the most, just at like the 11th hour, and bam, there it is, and you're like, oh my God, there is magic. The trick is to believe in that magic even when you're walking through this desert, because you're walking through the desert for a reason. It's to make you stronger. It's to make you more resourceful. It's to make you have more gratitude in your heart. It's to make you appreciate life in a different way. It is not a punishment. And I can tell you that because I've been in that desert myself, and I know it does suck. But if I could have just had this perspective and understanding back then, it would have made it so much easier. But I had to go through the desert to get to the perspective I'm at now. And I'm telling you, life is so different from 6 years ago to now. Wow. And I was in that desert for a really long time, but it was the biggest blessing of my entire life. Okay, sometimes when nobody is there for you and nobody is helping you and you are hungry, it is creating this drive and fire inside of you that you don't even know. And then you find that you're out of the desert and bam, you're ablaze and you make magic. I promise you. So those of you that have been going through it, it's for purpose. Discover the purpose in your journey in that, and you will awaken and things will shift for you, okay? Like, don't give up. And some of you, this is not even like where you're lacking anything. It's a dream or a goal that you're just hungry for, and you either have never allowed yourself to get out of the imagination, creative stage of it and actually start executing it into the physical, or you have tried and you've failed at it, or you don't feel confident at it, so it makes you want to give up and let it go and think maybe that's not for you, and that's not the case at all. This here is saying, listen, anything that is worth having is worth fighting for, is worth sacrificing for, because easy come, easy go, and that is the truth. Like, think of all the people who have won the lottery. 90% of them are broken 3 to 5 years. Easy come, easy go. It's when you have put your energy physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and you've been hungry for something, and you fight and you fight and you're smacked down and you're told no 100 times, and you've got to say no. I'm getting back up, because it's making you so strong. It's making you a fighter. It is ridding you of every bit of weakness within you that needs to leave so that you can prevail. Okay, so believe in yourself, believe in the journey, and really introspect about why things have been the way they are. It's not as a punishment. It's growing you for something so much better and your dream. Okay, now on the other side of this, the shadow side of this is speaking about dishonesty. Okay, the false promises. It's creating an image that you're projecting outwardly to others, and you know, it's of, look at me, look at what I have, look at my status, I'm happy, I got this, I got that. It's just an image that is portrayed. And behind that image is truly this desert. It's not what you are portraying whatsoever. And you need to recognize that the image may fool people looking in on you, but it doesn't mean you're not in the desert, and that you're not really happy and you're not really fulfilled. Okay, so if that speaks to you, like I said, this is general, so you have to apply the message how it fits. If that speaks to you, this is your guide saying, listen, Leo, your true happiness comes when you shatter that image and that illusion for yourself, and it's no longer about what others think of you and what you have. It's about what you think of you and what you have, and not measuring yourself to the yardstick of society and what society considers success. Because what society considers success is maybe not what would truly make you happy within. And you've got to decide, are you living your life for you and your happiness, or are you living your life for other people and status and image? Okay, you've got to get real with yourself, because even if you do have some status and money and things and, you know, all of those material aspects of life, if there's that image you're still projecting, you know, what's missing inside of you? What happiness is lacking in your life that makes you rather project the image of happiness to everybody else, you know, opposed to actually living your happiness? Is it that you don't believe that you can have what you really desire deep in your heart? Like, you can't reach those dreams? Because I think you can. I don't care what your circumstances are. You You can achieve anything. You are magic. You are. It does not matter your journey or your path. Look at anybody who's anybody. So many of them started out in the worst situations, okay? You don't, if you're somebody, like, you're not born somebody. You create that for yourself. And it's not handed to anybody. When you're seeing the success of other people, you're seeing it when they've made it, okay? You're not seeing all that time they spent perfecting and mastering who they are, what they're reaching for, all those failures, all those setbacks, all those rejections. You're not seeing that part, okay? That's the real part. And nobody really talks about that, right? It's always, oh, feel good, think these thoughts, think that. Yeah, all that counts, but what you put in and what you believe you can achieve, that is everything. And, you know, if you're only putting in 50% of your energy, you're only going to get 50% manifestation of what you're trying to create. You've got to put your heart and soul into your dream and shut the world out, and nobody's opinion or belief in you can hold any meaning. It's just you and the universe, and watch what you can achieve. And those of you who have been going through this desert, it's because you are one of those people where the universe is like, you are a star. Believe it for yourself. Reach for it. You know, I don't care if you're crawling, if your feet hurt, if your hands are broken. Keep going. Keep going. It will get easier. Keep going. Keep going. Okay? So, really powerful message for Leo. Wow, I love it. You guys are headed for greatness, but you've got to grab hold of that. Every one of us. It's not handed. It's you work for it. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards to see what areas of life your guides want to offer you some additional advice. We have the birds here. So this is either about communication, the way you communicate, what you share, if you gossip, all right? So we're going to pull clarifiers on all of these. Next we have the tree, which is about your health and your family and like the stability of all of that, because that's truly the foundation of who you are, right? And now we have the mice. This is things that eat away at you or take away from you. And lastly, we have the clouds, which is lack of clarity, confusion, unsure which way to go. You know, things are fuzzy, which honestly, with every, this here, all these that came out, really quite fitting. So we're going to start with the birds. And I'm going to clarify each of these with a different oracle deck. So, seeing which deck calls to me. I'm feeling Wicca for that one, for the birds. Let's see what the birds have to say. This could also be a very specific conversation that you need to have with somebody, and it could have to do with this, like honesty. Just no matter what, you know, I understand, like, there was, most of my life, I was afraid of rejection so bad, and I will tell you what, the universe handed me so much damn rejection for years, oh my God. But I am so grateful now because I don't fear rejection anymore. I'm going to put myself out there. I don't care. You love it, you hate it, it's all the same to me. You know, you cannot fear rejection. Don't fear it. It's just, it's, A, to make you stronger and work harder, or B, it's redirection to something that's much better suited for you, okay? Never fear rejection, ever, ever. So whatever you need to say to somebody or to several somebodies, let them hear you roar, Leo. Do not hold back. The truth is the truth, and You know, it is what it is, and it sets you free. It's so liberating. No matter what you have to express, even if it's something really scary, it's just like, whew, here it is, and take it or leave it. Like, this is my truth, and this is how it is. Oh yes, look at this, Leo. We have the broom for the birds. There are things that you have got to say, conversations that you must have. Also, if you're very gossipy, judgmental, always having an opinion about somebody else's life and what they're doing, and oh, if that was me, I would do that. It's time to get rid of that. That is just not serving you, okay? So if you are a person that is prone to that, and I was prone to that, like, at some point in my life, I won't even lie. I mean, it's gossiping, come on, sometimes it's fun. I mean, it is, right? It's juicy, it's exciting, it's like, oh my God, you will never believe what she did today, right? Yeah, I get it. But it's not serving you right now. It's just, that's not helping your energy, your vibration, none of it. It's time to clean house, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, also physically. You know, what needs to be swept out of your life? And for many of you, there could be things of the past that you need to just free yourself from. You need to sweep away. And some of that may come through, you know, honest conversation. Let it happen. Be real. Like, speak your truth no matter what it is. That is the, like, strongest thing coming through. So for the tree card, I'm actually going to clarify with the native spirits, because that could be about health, the health of, like, your family, the health of your physicality, your mental health, emotional health, the health between you and your partner. You know, you could really be in self-improvement mode right now. Some of you could want to just, you're at a point where you're really wanting to lay roots and just settle down. All right, circle of life. Whew, okay, this coming out with the tree. This to me is saying, Leo, the things in your life that you have lost, that have really, like, impacted you, they affect you in your health somehow, some way, okay? So whether it's your mental body, where you are very prone to negative and pessimistic thinking, not believing in yourself, you know, feeling insecure, things like that. Okay, that's mental health. Emotional health is being incredibly sensitive, feeling like a victim, feeling like everybody's out and against you, and, you know, nobody loves you, nobody cares about you. That's emotional health. That's out of balance. And then, of course, there's the physical health, right? Stress really does impact your body. And so some of you, I feel, are experiencing, you know, different issues physically or mentally. You could be having headaches or just bad dreams, or just, you know, your thoughts are really heavy for you at this time. And with this coming out, it says, listen, Leo, everything has a beginning and an ending here on the earth plane, okay? Time is linear. But from the non-physical, there is no beginning and there is no end. There's just a continuation and a changing of energy. And these two pairing up with each other is also with this broom. Leo, it's time to, like, forget the past and, you know, what's happened and who hurt you and what you didn't get and the injustices, and, you know, if your parents were crappy and abusive. Like, it is time. Like, your guides are like, Leo, it's time to heal you. Let's get out of the desert. You are so strong. You are so strong. It's time to relax. It's time to feel life like deep within your soul. And the only way to get there is to clean yourself of what's been. And, you know, for a long time, I defined myself by what was and what didn't happen and what didn't work out. And I was always looking back, unable to let that go. And, you know, now I'm like, what? Screw all that noise. I don't got time for that now. I define myself about, you know, what I've become and where I'm headed, because I hung on and I kept pushing through even when I didn't want to. In fact, I feel like I gave up, and the universe was like, nah, get up, girl. I ain't let you die. You could lay here and fry under the sun if you want, but you ain't gonna die. You have no choice but to get your butt up and keep on going. And that is so strong here for you guys. There is beauty ahead, Leo. There is happiness, there's prosperity, but it's a choice. It is a choice we all make. And work on your health, whether it's physical or mental or emotional, that needs the healing. Some of you, this could be energetic. Reiki is really awesome for, you know, any ailment that you have. I would highly recommend Reiki with these energies. It just will really help you come back in to yourself and reconnect with yourself and let you see what it is that you truly want. And, you know, maybe this projection, this image I talked about, maybe you're not even aware of it. Maybe you don't even realize that, you know, what you're doing every day is for the happiness of other people, and that's just been your life for so long, like you don't even see it from that perspective. And you know, your guides are tapping you on the shoulder and is saying, Leo, what would really make you happy? Forget everybody else's expectations of you and the obligations they place upon you and all of that. What would truly make you happy inside of you? Who are you? Because that's where ultimate happiness comes from. We think it's from money and having our dreams and all of this, but it's truly not. It's when you know you and you're like, I'm me, take it or leave it, and I'm confident in that. And it's not ego. It's just, I'm me. And you know, if you don't like it, okay. If you love me, okay. It's not going to change who I am. I'm empowered in myself. And your thought, your opinion, or your emotion of me does not have the ability to take my power. So if you hate me, all right, cool. You know, we're all different strokes for different folks. We're just not the same tribe. And if you love me, then I'm happy to have you on my journey. But I'm not going to define myself by your love. I'm not, you know, whether you're here or not, I still got to be me and continue on with my dreams. So if we're walking together, awesome. You know, I will love you just as much, but I will never lose sight of me for you, ever. And right here. So, Leo, your reading is deep, deep, deep. And probably, I'm going to say the longest of them all. Your guides are just like, Leo, let's have a little chit chat. Let's get your coffee, get your wine, get your beer, get your cigarette, whatever, you know, spark up your pipe, whatever it is you got to do. We need to have a little chit chat. It's time for kumbaya. Okay, so let's see what these mice are telling us. What is robbing you? Oh, Leo. Oh. What's robbing you is lost love. Surrender, healing, release. What this is talking about is either a romantic relationship that you are grieving or mourning, a friendship, maybe a loved one that's passed over, a dream that you really feel like you had to let go of. It's something that really mattered to you a great deal, and It was torn from you. It was lost. And these mice here, it says this is eats at you. Whatever this loss is for you, it eats away at you and steals your happiness. And that's why we have this broom here. So if some of you are still like talking to like an ex and trying to hold on, it's time to stop that and let that go, because it's only hurting you. Somehow, some way, it only causes you pain. It eats away at you. Anger and hatred are just different ways of holding on, and people don't often realize that, but it's another way of holding on. So if that's what's going on here, where you're angry or you have hatred or you're really bitter, you're still holding on to that person, even if you don't think you are, and it's stealing so much from you, big time. It's disrupting, some area of your health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's really disrupting you, and it's time to, recognize this for what it is and release it from your life. And I know nobody wants to hear that, but I'm not gonna lie to you when that's what I see in the cards here. And I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I don't think you even need to know how to read the tarot to understand that, right? So whatever this was for you that is no longer a part of you the way that you hope or desire or wish for, it's time to release that, because until you do, you cannot heal. Okay, you can't, and you have to surrender and say, all right, universe, if this is ever supposed to be, I recognize that right now is not the time, and much healing needs to take place inside of me before that could ever even be, if ever again. So, it's time to surrender and let the healing in, so that you can get out of this desert, and find some happiness, Leo. So I'm going to pull some conscious spirit for the clouds over here. I was like, I got 4 more of these. It'll take me about an hour and a half. An hour and a half later on Leo's video. And watch, I'll get comments because people have complained that certain science videos are longer than theirs. Oh my god, Leo, look at that. Oh my god. What other sign got this? Oh my god, some other sign. Was it Gemini? I think it was Gemini. Gemini or Taurus, one of them, got the clouds with this same card, the spirit guides. Leo, oh my god. It says, I open my heart to my guides and trust the wisdom they share with me. So yeah, I would say this is a confirmation right here that they're like, Leo, it's time to have a kumbaya. We got to be real. We got to speak truth. And sometimes the truth sucks. And sometimes, you don't understand how you need to take responsibility. But that's what's going on here. They're saying it's time for you to take control back of you. And in this place of confusion, lack of clarity, reach out to your spirit guides. Leo, they're there. I promise you. Look at this. They came through and said, hello, here I am. I'm right here with you. I want to help you release this past. I want to help you improve your health and your happiness and your prosperity. I want to move you out of the desert so you can receive the reward that is so rightfully yours, that you deserve. And also with this, they say, you have free will, Leo. You have to ask us in. You have to invite us in order for us to come into your life and work in that fashion. Okay, so if you're just sitting around waiting for your guides or the universe to prove to you, you're going to be sitting around for a long time. You've got to invoke that. You've got to declare it and demand it and say, spirit guides, I am lost. I am confused. Please, I open my heart to you and your wisdom and your guidance and the blessing of you in my life. And every day say it and you will feel it. You will sense it. You know, pay attention to the signs, the synchronicities, the confirmations, the repeating numbers, the repeating word, song, color, animal, insect, you name it, whatever it is. Pay attention to it, because that's how they're communicating with you, and they really want to help you through. You are, there's just, I feel like a sadness with your guys' reading, like just a sadness that you've been dealing with, whether it's, you know, something just kind of tucked away or it's something much larger, and it's so time to heal, and your guides are like right on your side saying, Leo, let's do this. Beautiful. So let's pull some cards to see what blessings your spirit guides are trying to bring into your life right now. All right. So we had one jump out. Woo! Look at that. They are trying to help you let go. It doesn't matter. Don't be afraid. Take that risk. Try something new. Don't be afraid of the future, of the unseen, of lack of stability, of, you know, like this is saying whatever it is that you need to do in a big way, and it might be super risky, they're backing you 100% on that, okay? And they want to help you, like major, like transformational energy here. And look at this, complicated. Same thing as this energy right here where your spirit guides came through. Leo, they really want to help you understand yourself, the journey that you've been on up to this point, where you're going, what your true power is, where your magic lies, like all of that. Any confusion, they're there. They want to offer you the understanding, like you've done the work, you are there vibrationally, you've just got to let it in. And you know, some of you have just been in this mode for so long that it's like you don't believe that, like you believe in you know, miracles and things, but it's like you don't believe it really happens for you. And it can, and it will, and it should. And your guides are like, where things are complicated, we want to bless you in that area with clarity, with understanding, and with strength and courage to do what you need to do to make the changes to bring forth your happiness and prosperity. So I'm going to pull, oh, if I can find them. Okay, here they are. I'm going to pull some rune stones for you guys. And I'll tell you what, oh, my left ear is hurting so badly at this moment, like all the pressure in it. Some of you, this might be a lot for you to hear, or maybe some of you aren't wanting to hear this, but your spirit guides are like, yo, I'm right here. We need to speak the truth. Let it in. Okay, so for the risk, we have this right here. And this is a great rune. I cannot pronounce them all well, so I don't pronounce them because I suck at pronunciation with some words. It's just weird. Anyways, with that risk, this is the clarification that, you know, gifts come with risk, okay? And there's this, sometimes you have to sacrifice in order to gain, right? So that here is like, Leo, your gifts come from your willingness to sacrifice what doesn't serve you. And, you know, for some of you, you might believe that it's, that thing is the thing you want or need, but it might not be, you know. Your spirit guides will give you clarity if you have no mind about what you think your true happiness and prosperity is. You know, you can have it like, you have to have the idea obviously, but not label it specifically like a specific person, or I have to have $20 million, like those types of things, like not that. It's different clarity than that. So let's see what this complicated. All right. So with this here, this is saying this is a time when power is available to you, okay, for positive changes in your life. So this is a really awesome rune to clarify this energy right here, along with, you know, your spirit guides coming in, and it's saying, Leo, now is the time. The time is now. Be willing to take the risk, to make the changes that you need to make, okay? The sacrifices that might need to be made. Don't be afraid of that. Dive in, and where you just don't understand, your guides are right there. It's like you are being gifted so much energy for transformation, which leads you into prosperity and happiness. So, Leo, that is the messages that I got for you guys from your spirit guides. And that's the longest reading of them all. So I really hope that, you know, some of you, this just hits home and you're like, yeah, I get it. And I'm going to do it because I'm magic and I'm worth it. So that's what I got for you, Leo. Wishing you all the best. Take care.